All right, guys, if you guys are big into the DC reels of Shimano, boy, do I have one for you guys. This is a Shimano Metanium 70 DC. Pretty crazy. First and foremost, let's talk about how you're supposed to set up a DC reel from Shimano. There's a lot of people that kind of do this wrong, and I want to make sure that you're doing this right if you buy any DC reel. First and foremost, most of the time you turn your spool tension knob until the bait stops, falls really slow. That's not the way that this thing is set up first. First, you're going to just tighten this spool tension knob until you stop the spool from rattling back and forth. You don't want it to be super tight. You definitely don't want it to be loose enough where you can rattle that spool. That's basically all you have to do with that. Now with this, the Metanium DC, there's a lot of things here that come into that's different from all other DC reels, is that this has an external brake adjustment on it. It also has 3 different settings here. Hopefully you guys can see that there. One of them says N, F, and P. N's nylon, that's going to be your standard line that most of us are used to fishing old school, like monofilament. Next one is F for fluorocarbon, and then you have P, which stands for PE, or polyethylene, which is going to be like a Power Pro style braided line. Also, above the top of that, there is a secondary little spot there that allows you to adjust the brakes, similar to the Crowder DC, where it had like 1, 2, 3 and open, that would allow you to change, to basically take the side cover off. That's basically the same thing with this, but this is in a 70 series, so it's a lot smaller. It's palmable. Those of you guys like to fit, flip and pitch with a DC reel, this is for you. Very, very lightweight. This thing weighs absolutely nothing. I don't know the exact weight on this thing. I'll put it here in the description below. Super smooth. You guys can hear it. You can hear the DC activate when you really spin it pretty good. Again, all Shimano reels in the last few years, if you didn't know this, have a dual action thumb bar. So if you're casting, flipping, and pitching, I don't want to do it because I don't want to drop this thing, but you can get your thumb up underneath that and push up on that, and that will engage the reel. This has a MGL spool 3, which is new for Shimano. This one's in a 7.1 gear ratio. The major downfall of this reel is it doesn't hold a ton of line. With a DC reel, you're going to want to be able to really rip that thing out there. I see this excelling really well with like a crankbait, something like a 1.5 or even a DT6, or not, DT6, DT8, something like that. Going to be a really good reel for that. If you're looking to get your hands on a new DC reel from Shimano, look no further than the Metanium DC, especially in the 70 HG gear ratio. Look no further than the Metanium DC. 70 size. This is an HG, which stands for high gear. The way Shimano stuff is set up, you have just the regular like 70, which is going to be usually a 6 gear ratio. You have a HG, which is a high gear ratio, which is going to be a 7-ish, and then you have an XG, which is going to be an 8-ish reel. So if you're looking at that stuff and you're trying to figure out what reel that you would like to have, definitely take that into consideration. But the Metanium DC 70 is pretty much one of the coolest reels I've ever had my hands on. Super, super light. Getting that DC, that digital control technology that's in here. These things are actually, they're sealed. They're not going to get corroded or anything like that. How these things work is when you cast, the spool actually generates electricity into the mechanism that causes this thing to actually work. So there's no batteries to replace, anything like that. And these things have been tested out in the Japanese market for 100 years, it seems like. Obviously not that long, but several years before it was ported in the United States. I've been fishing the Corrado DC for quite a while. Can't wait to get my hands on this Metanium DC in the 70 series. If you guys are interested in getting your hands on one of these things, they are here at Border Sporting Goods in Ashland, Kentucky. They have a few in stock. These things are going pretty good. You may want to get over here, or if they don't have any more, Brad will order you one. But you guys know what to do. If you guys can, get out there and lean on them. We'll see you next time on Another Line.